Good evening, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here because it's First Mondays, and you know we always get together for our networking event. So we're having it online tonight with you. So welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, all of you guys who bought a ticket, we want to thank you for going to Eventbrite and signing up. We ask you to encourage your friends to do the same so they'll be able to join us next Monday also for this online event because we're planning to be right here, same time, same station, first Monday in what is that going to be? It's April, May?
Hey,
May, yes, yes.
right.
I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks.
Hey, welcome everybody. We got someone watching us from the our YouTube platform. So hey, welcome.
Probably Devette. Hey guys.
And there's someone from Facebook. I just learned something. You hover over this little number and tells you where
Hey
to.
Maureen.
Hey, and hey, Maureen. So this is, like Terry said, this would be our first Monday. Right now we would be at Seasons 52, and we got a message for you from Seasons 52. Hey, Devette, all the way from Texas.
Yes. How you doing?
Um, we are. They want us to know they missed us, one, because this is our first time since we started that we are not at Seasons 52, which is kind of everything is a little wonky right now. But they just wanted us to know that they missed us. And so we're passing that on. But they do have Easter dinner that they're serving if you do not feel like cooking. And you can order Easter. They told me it was a pork tenderloin or a spiral ham and spiral ham with salad and that type of thing so that you can order for Easter and you can pick it up on Friday or Saturday for Easter dinner on Sunday.
Fantastic.
Right. And any of the other things on any of the favorites you have with Seasons 52, you can order them online and pick them up as a takeout.
I like that. I love the food. Oh
So,
my gosh. And they are just the greatest people. The management is fantastic and very attentive. So we love Seasons 52.
right. And they did call us, and I called them because it's like, oh my gosh, we don't get to do that often.
All that good stuff.
Right. Devette said, great and staying safe inside. Yes.
Devette, I got great news for you. Everything on my Dow Jones just turned green. It's been red so long. I don't know if you can see it, but it is just, I'm so happy that it's now. See that? See all that green? All right, all the way down. Woo-hoo!
So this is fun. And we're going to give different ones an opportunity to jump in a seat. So just stay
camera ready.
Yeah, stay camera ready because you never know. Hey, Jill from Breathing Space. How are you, Jill? This is different.
Yes.
We could have Jill come on in and breathe with us.
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can give her
I can give her Jill. Yeah, send her an invite over on if you're camera ready. Unless
I was gonna say, are you camera ready?
So I'm going to stick with our agenda. So we want to welcome you to our first Monday event, our first Monday event online.
Yes.
And then we want to let you know that you're very special. Everybody who's here watching with us, thank you so much. Yes, Jill, it will be on StreamYard. Terry will send you the link.
I'm sending it to you by Messenger.
Right, she's going to send it via Messenger. And so we wanted to invite you to become a part of bizchicks.net. If you haven't already done so, you go to bizchicks.net. That is our website. And all you have to do is hit the join now button and it will sign you up. That's it. It is free. That's it. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to show badges at the door, nothing. Just bizchicks.net and you'll be able to sign in.
Now, Francine, when they join bizchicks.net, does that mean they'll get notifications when we're live in the mornings?
It will get on bizchicks.net. It lets us, we can send out email notifications with tips and strategies and that type of thing. And if you join over on the Facebook group, you will be able to get notifications when we go live on Facebook, and then also when you hit subscribe on BizChicks TV on YouTube, you'll get notifications. So you need to like the page, follow us, or join. Okay, like the page, join the group, subscribe. Like the page, join the group, subscribe. Like the page, join the group, subscribe. So you're liking the page on Facebook, you're joining the group at Facebook, and then you subscribe on YouTube. And we're also on Twitter and Periscope, just because we're all over everywhere. So let's see. Now, why BizChicks? Why would you want to become a part of BizChicks, or why do we do what we do? Well, when we first started out, 2013, I think it was, we started out on this road, and we saw people doing things, trying to help people start their small or emerging business. Now, Terry and I have background in, I have marketing in television production. Terry has a background in training and also some other stuff that we don't know about, that she don't talk about too much, but she has skill sets. And so we're watching these people, and we watched one Periscope, and the lady just went on and on and on. She was, hi everybody, and talking, but what she had told us we were going to learn a particular thing. When we tuned in at that Periscope, at that particular time, we were supposed to learn ABC. An hour later,
she was still greeting people.
We were like, okay, when are we going to get to the ABC of whatever it is that we're supposed to learn? And so Terry and I decided, you know what? We don't like stuff that's all confused and combobulated and convoluted. We want to make sure that when you get information, it's clear, understandable, and that you can readily put it to use so that you can do business better. You can build a profitable business that's fun to run. The hassle out of your hustle. That is what we do in a nutshell. And all the information that we bring to you, that is our goal in mind. Hey, Patricia Washington.
Hey, Pat.
Pat, I sent you a link for you to join in, unless you decided.
Camera ready?
Yeah. So, Pat, did you get the email that I sent you earlier today from Eventbrite? Let me know. Just want to make sure. So we're here to help you build a profitable business that's fun to run, to take the hassle out of your hustle. And we have guests that will help you do that. There are people in this community that are just like we are, help first, service first oriented, that want to help you do business better. And one of these ladies is Jill from Breathing Space. We're going to bring her on, and she is going to help us to calm our chaos. And we're going to learn to breathe a little bit.
For real.
Jill, her breathing space is in Elk Grove, but I'm sure she's doing some things online to help us do better. So we're going to start our first conversation with Jill from Breathing Space. And Patricia Washington, check your email from.
I'll take care of Patty. Handle Jill.
Yes. Okay, Jill. Jill's coming in. Hey, Jill.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Good. How
I'm
are you?
good.
I'm doing well. I'm doing relatively well.
Yay. We're glad you're back home because you were traveling when all of this broke
Yeah,
loose.
quite curious. I headed to Bali the end of January, got thermal screened going into the Singapore airport.
Mhm.
Didn't think too much of it because there wasn't too much on the news. And then it was mid-February before I came back and started getting concerned about, can I get home? What's going on? Did not get thermal screened at all, leaving the country or coming into LAX, which was curious now. So yeah,
Right.
I am very glad to be home. I want to say, because none of this is scripted, of course, I want to say a big, big thank you to both of you because yes, I am live on Facebook. I am doing Zoom. I did a private Facebook, I did a private Facebook group at first, made it public so more people could access it. But I can tell you, I would not have done it without the coaching that I've received thus far. Plus, anytime I thought, I don't think I can do that, I pictured both of your faces. And I knew, Carrie, you would just be laughing. And Fran would probably be pointing her finger like, what's the problem? So there were literally times at 2:00 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, I was like, oh, everyone's on Zoom. I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable with financial stuff. So I will tell you right away, I bought stock in Zoom, but I wasn't confident to hop on until I sat down, wrote out my game plan of, what's the point? Who am I trying to help? What is it that I'm going to do? Jumped on Facebook Live. So I'm saying it humbly, and it goes back to how you guys help me. I think right now I have 160 people in my Facebook group because people need help.
Yeah.
So I have one lady, I have 160 and 54 waiting to join. One lady on her own that I did not know, had never met, took the session online, and she has referred over 60 people. And I've never met this woman.
Wow.
So that's all to say for everybody out there, the power of being online, the power of listening to your mentors. Was it tough to make the switch? Yes. I'm retired. I have time on my hands. A lot of people don't, but it was scary for me. I'll still say sometimes when I go live with you, because I'm like, okay, I know StreamYard. I just do this and I just do that. I did 2 or 3 sessions on Facebook Live, felt really confident. So there were several sessions. The next time that I went to go live, up pops a button that says we've changed the platform.
Yes.
And 5 minutes before going live. I was like, what do I teach people to do?
I feel you.
And I looked around and there was the option to go back to the old platform. I was like, I don't need to learn this right now. So I went back to the old platform.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom the other day, I've been doing some Zoom classes for a third-party yoga group. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can learn Zoom. I learned it. Then they said, hey, guess what, Jill? You're going to go from our platform. I was like, she's like, all you do is sign in with the password, but it was something new. 10 minutes before going on to my group for a 15-minute calming meditation, I get an email from Zoom about all the security breaches and how they're changing. And I was just like, what do I teach people? You breathe, you figure it out, and all of it was fine. So hopefully wrapped up in all that is a big thank you to both of you and other people in BizChix who've helped me, that gave me both the tech support, I don't know if it was emotional support, but just the confidence. And I am like so excited to be able to help people that I've never, there were international people, there were people in different states that are on the calls. So anybody that's either thinking that you don't have something to offer or you don't know how to, I started with one platform. I said no to Zoom for a while till I figured out Facebook Live. And then next I'm going to move to phone calls for my older people or people who don't want to be on technology, but I'm doing one thing at a time and I'm just not rushing. So thank you both very much.
Thank you, Jill.
Welcome.
Pat, I sent that to your Facebook Messenger. So if you're looking for the link, but yeah, we are just so excited to know that you benefited from that, because Fran and I consider ourselves, I'm the cheerleader and she's the coach. So I'm like, you can get this. You got it, girl.
Yeah.
Like, so when you get ready to do your phone calls, freeconferencecall.com.
Okay. I saw that one.
Because you can get a number, and I would suggest you get the one number. The one number, meaning that they can call one number and not have to remember what's that link, the code. Just get the one number.
That's the difficulty I think a lot of people are having, even with Zoom. You need the password, and so I need another component for people who are not on social media, and they're highly anxious. A lot of healthcare workers who are like, I don't have time to remember a password. I can't be there at a certain time, so I'm going to do it by appointment, but I need an easy phone system for people.
Then free conference call is it.
Okay.
We had to do something for a church, and for the same reason, for the people who don't know how to get online, and you can literally, you can do your appointments there. And we took the service that was pre-recorded, uploaded it, and people could listen into the whole service.
Okay, perfect.
So you can record it on a broadcast. Put Karen's, could you give Karen the link over on?
Okay. Got you, Karen.
So you can either do that, the broadcast, or you can just do your one-on-ones where you have a group of people and you're the one leading everything and everybody dials into the call.
Okay.
You can mute people, you can kick people out, you can do the whole 9 yards like we're doing here, but it's just on freeconferencecall.com. Easy, and they're making it available.
Okay, perfect.
Right. So anyway, it's just it's good to hear that you're moving out. And Gabriella wants to know, where can they follow you?
Okay. I'll after I do the short meditation, I'll go in and add the links, because I have my public Facebook group, and then I'm also offering some classes through a group called Good Elephant. And so one, you don't have to download an app or anything. As long as you're on Facebook, you'll just answer 3 questions. I'll add you into the group. And the other one, you download an app, but it's pretty easy to download.
Okay, so Jill, and I don't know, we've said it before, but it might have got lost in the intro. She helps you to calm your chaos. There's a lot of people who are in chaos right now, in crisis and all kind of things, but she's here to help us calm that.
Mm-hmm. And we see you in the green room. We'll be there shortly after we meditate.
Okay.
So, Jill.
All right.
It's in your hands.
Thank you. And I'll keep this fairly brief. I do sessions anywhere from 5 minutes up to an hour or longer. I think what's really helpful for people right now is to have something that is simple, that you can understand how to do it, and it might only take 5 minutes. I also don't want to assume that everybody does have time on their hands. If you're at home with your kids, your grandkids, you're taking care of someone, or you're an essential worker, you maybe don't have that time. So I'll go ahead and do a small guided meditation, maybe have a little time for questions afterwards if that's needed, or you can write any comments. And you don't have to be a pro at this. This can be the first time that you've done it. No worries at all. You're just going to follow my voice. So starting out, you can close your eyes or leave your eyes open and just start to feel where your feet are. If you're sitting in a chair, you might feel the bottoms of your legs and your hips against the chair. If you're standing, just notice your feet. You might be laying in bed even, that's fine. Just start to feel where your body is touching any surfaces. And start to let go of any outside noises. There might be noises in your house. You might be at work, don't worry about that. Start to notice your body and let those sounds go. You start to feel your spine or your back all the way up to your shoulders. Whether your eyes are open or closed, start to notice all around your head and your neck. When you are ready, go ahead and take a nice inhale in through your nose. You're going to loosen your jaw, right where the upper and the lower jaw meet, and exhale that breath out. Inhale again in through your nose. Loosen your jaw and let that breath out. And if you are comfortable, go ahead and close down your eyes. You don't have to close them completely if that's not comfortable. And in your imagination, I want you to picture in front of you a big screen or a huge piece of paper. And in your imagination, draw a picture down the center of that piece of paper. And on the left side, just imagine the things that are heaviest on your mind, the things that you're most concerned about. As you imagine those items, those things, just notice how you're feeling. And it could be very simple, but important things like food, paying your rent, paying your mortgage, figuring out how to keep your business going. You may know someone who is sick or in the hospital, could be COVID related or not. List all those items on that left side of that huge piece of paper. It may sound counterproductive, but notice how you're feeling about looking or writing those things, noticing those things. And then continue to follow my voice. And I want you to shift and look at the right side of that big piece of paper. And start to write down words of how you would rather be feeling right now. Writing down words. If you could magically snap your fingers, if I could wave a magic wand, if things could change overnight. Imagine yourself writing on the right side of that big piece of paper how you would like to feel instead. It might be words like confident, brave, clear, peaceful, knowledgeable. As you're starting to write down those words, take an inhale and exhale. Writing down how you would prefer to be feeling or thinking on that right side of that big piece of paper. Take another inhale and exhale. And as you finish up, imagine standing on that right side of the piece of paper. You're on that piece of paper now, and all of those feelings, all of the ways that you would like to feel are all around you. You might even be able to reach in your pocket and pull out some of those feelings, some of those sensations. And imagine turning and looking at the left side of the paper. The things that are heavy on your mind, the things that are causing you distress. And see if you can look at those things from just a little different perspective, with a little more calm, a little more confidence. Then take an inhale and an exhale. Another inhale and exhale. And take one last look. Those things are still there. Take one last look in a little different way of feeling. and see if there's a little more calmness, a little more confidence. Maybe there's a few more things that you can make sense of as you look at that list. Inhale and exhale. And start to notice your fingers again, maybe feeling your feet on the floor if you're sitting, if you're standing. You can shrug your shoulders up and down, up and down. When you're ready, you can start to open your eyes again and just let that big piece of paper dissolve, coming back to the BizChix group. When you're ready, you can open your eyes looking towards the screen. If there's time, we'll take some comments. And if not, the point of that is not to fix anything, not to make light of anything, especially if you have loved ones who have passed or in the hospital. If you're really concerned about paying your rent or you may be sick yourself, it's not to make light of any of that. It's just to take a pause and see if your mind and body can step back a little bit and give you some new tools and figuring out how to deal with and work with those circumstances. Many times when I do this activity, people feel like they're a little more in control of their circumstances. And again, we're not asking to fix anything or have it magically go away. Just can you put your brain in a little more of a comfortable position? Can you tell your body you don't have to be as anxious? And then you're able to face some of the tasks, some of the hardships that are in front of you with a little different perspective. So hopefully that helps you, and it may be helpful to watch it on the replay. If it wasn't comfortable the first time around because you're really anxious, that makes perfect sense. If you got right into it, that's fine. With any of the mindfulness tips, there's just no right or wrong. It just depends on where you're at that time. So don't beat yourself up if you're like, yeah, that didn't work for me. If it worked really great, that's fine. And again, just keep watching on the replay if that was helpful.
Thank you so much, Jill. Okay, we can't go to sleep right now.
I know, this is so relaxing. I'm like, okay.
And the key is to relax your mind and body so you don't have that overriding burden and anxiety. It's not relaxing and ignoring anything that you have in front of you. It's not even really tricking, but it's putting your brain in a different state so you can deal with what's in front of you.
Wow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, be sure to put your contact information in here because someone's already asked about it, Jill.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm definitely here to help. Even 7-8 years ago when I opened my business, that was first and foremost to me was, to be of service and to help people. So even my story earlier about, oh yeah, I'm on Zoom, oh, I'm on Facebook Live. That's all about I'm like really, really taken how much more I can help people by being online. And now is the time I think that we all, I know some friends who are sitting around saying, oh, I can't help with anything. There's nothing I have to offer. All of us have something to offer, and people need that. And you're going to feel a little bit better if you find, even if it's one tiny little thing and one person you've helped. So anybody who's listening, just know, like, I truly, I am here to help you.
Yes. So, yes, Jill will be putting that information into her,
into the
chat over here. So just stand by. It's coming.
Okay.
that was really good. It is really, Jill mentioned that each of us has a part to play right now. You're on this planet for right now. There's something you can offer right now. It could be a smile. It could be a phone call.
There you go.
Jill helped us to calm down a little bit. Maybe she's offering that so that we can now look inside. What can I offer? Because I'm not looking at stuff flying all over the place anymore. I'm calmed down enough to help somebody else.
Mhm.
What is when you get on the plane? What do they tell you? Put your mask on first. Now you can help the rest of the people around you. But if you're all out of sorts, you can't do that. Hey,
Mhm.
Jill's her namesake. She does. I believe she's in the same field.
That Jill Bernard. Yeah, Jill
Yeah.
Bernard. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Jill.
resources.
Yes. So thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Patricia Washington is in the house. We got Lennis Woods. Lennis, I'm not seeing your photo just yet. You might have your camera off.
I think she has a camera off. Yeah.
And then Patricia, okay. Jill Bernard produces a local wellness publication.
That's
And
good.
okay, also everybody who's here, where are you from? What city, state, country?
Where are you located on the globe?
Yep. It helps. Patricia Murray, I was going to say Patricia Murray, but that's the other Pat.
Yes.
Patricia Washington is here, and she is here local from South Sac, California. Oh, Jill, I didn't know you were in the greater
I
Sac.
didn't know Jill was local either. Jill Bernard. I didn't know she was local. Okay.
Cool. Hey, Pat. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, Mary, now you can say hello again because it was muted. Hi.
Okay, hello everyone.
How you doing? It's good to have you in the house.
Very well.
Good. So, are you still doing your Great Bath experience and your products and that type of things?
Well,
Yes.
no. Yes, yes and no. Right now I'm just stepping back from that for right now.
Mhm.
But eventually in the spring I will be starting it back up.
Okay, because Pat does bath products that you can homemade bath.
It's homemade. Yeah, it is called homemade bath bombs, bath fizzes, shower steamers, bath
Mhm.
salts, that you can just relax in, just like with Jill. Once you finish meditating, and then you're ready to take a nice relaxing shower with the shower steamers, or relaxing bath with the bath bomb or the bath fizzes with your favorite essential oil.
Mhm.
Okay,
My granddaughter loves your bath bombs.
she's had it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I will be back in the spring.
Okay.
We look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I think everybody should have a plan for the other side of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like, okay, well, I'm over here and I'm parked and I can't do anything. What's happening on the other side of this? Because this is not going to last forever.
Yeah. Oh, you asking me?
No,
we
saying
know
in general, we're going to be on the other side of this and we need to prepare now. I was talking to somebody, it might have been you, Terry. This is a vacation.
Indeed.
You get the chance to rest and relax. You don't have to be somewhere.
There you go.
We don't have to be, okay, I got to go over there and I got to go do this, unless you're in the essential part of the situation where medical facility or something like that. You really don't have to be someplace.
Can we just slow it down and appreciate the view? What they say, stop and smell the roses. Can we just get there, people? Can we?
And what if I can add, what I would encourage because I've heard from people that they're so used to going physically so fast, their minds are used to being like, literally their days are waking up early, going and working out, working somewhere, driving in traffic, groceries, home, a little bit of homework, TV, and they're in bed. So for a lot of people, they're very anxious right now because they are having to either be with themselves or be with family members. I'm an introvert. Like, I love people, but I love being by myself. So for me, this is even more of a vacation. I could probably do 6 months of this with a little bit of, as long as I can connect with people, some. But I think for those people that are not used to this, or I've also spoken with people who say, okay, I pulled up my project list, but it's so overwhelming. Do this in bite-sized pieces. If you are used to going 100 miles per hour and you are also used to being of service and being needed, it can be really difficult that right now no one needs you and you don't have anywhere at all to go. So if that's the case, that's fine. Create like a little mini day. So maybe you keep yourself active at first 4 to 6 hours versus the 12 hours you're used to. And then when you get a little comfortable being busy, and that, like, you might need to walk for 2 hours. You might need to read a book for an hour. You might need to be on the phone. Then gradually start to back off until you do get comfortable. The body does not want to move 24 hours a day, but we're used to it. I told someone the other day, I actually I'm also making little videos, ladies, thanks to you. So I made it was either a meme or a little video, because I even caught myself one day. I heard breaking news, and I was in the other room, and this was just last week. And I didn't run, but I found myself, I was like, oh, I got to go to the TV. It wasn't breaking news. It was same old announcements. And I thought to myself, what are you doing? Now I looked at the color on the screen. It's this banner of big red across the screen, and the announcement, breaking news. And it literally startled me, and I felt like I needed to be there. And I thought to myself, the coronavirus is already here. People are already sick and dying. I already know what I need to do. I need to stay at home. I need to cover my mouth. I need to stay. What is the breaking news? If there was an earthquake, I would have felt it. So again, not making light, but I found myself, I turned the TV off. So I've been talking to people. When you hear breaking news, you might need to know what that is. You don't need to know right then and there. Turn the TV off, get yourself right, whether that's taking a walk, going to sleep, take some nice bath products, get your fight or flight system back to rest and digest. You can always Google it. If it's an update on how many respirators we have, how many people died, how many people are alive, that you may need to know that, but listen only until you hear what you need to hear and then turn it off. So people may dispute that. I think right now, given the situation we're in, there is no breaking news. They can't wait for 5 minutes. There's no breaking news that's going to impact you, especially for those of us who kind of have the privilege of staying home. What do we need to know in the next 5 minutes? So, like, prepare yourself for that, or even the normal evening news. I like to watch and just say, okay, I'm aware of what's going on, but I make sure I hate to say I'm kind of in my right mind before I turn that TV on, and then I turn it off. I don't need to hear the same broadcast 5 times. Once I have the information that I need, I turn it off.
There you go.
So that's just a quick, because again, I'm really, really comfortable at home. A lot of people aren't. Just figure out how to slowly back in or back out of this, and your nervous system will appreciate that too, and it won't be quite as hard.
I'm going to bring Linus in. She's also in the health and wellness arena. Hey, Linus. And to back off of what Jill was saying, I just went to the governor's, the ca.gov. I didn't even have to go type in anything. I just went to ca.gov. Here's the latest. It said April 5th. I'm cool with that. And I read what was on there. There was nobody at me this way. I just read what I needed to read. I'm good. And now I can go on with my day without people blaring at me. I'm very cautious about what goes into my headsets or my ears. I'm very, very cautious about that, because whatever gets into your eyes, into your ears, eventually makes its way into your heart.
And then it's out your mouth.
You start speaking stuff, and then now you got the whirlwind going. I was like, you know what? Let me just read what they have to say for today. I'm good with that.
You know, it might feel like we don't have a choice. I think some people feel like they almost have to know what's going on all the time, but you can choose how you're going to take in the information. You really do have a choice. And she's right. There's really no breaking news. We have already been told that things are going to get worse before they get better. And unless you're somebody who just has to know the numbers and, you know, continually watch the numbers, and I would question that, that I would begin to self-select out and really fall back into doing things that give you hope. And I've come up with an acronym in terms of what I think hope is. Hope is actually honoring our purpose every day. And I don't think that it's necessarily honoring our purpose to be intravenously connected to the cable news stations or the network news stations or all the other different sites. I've noticed that social media just lately has really gotten bad with conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. And I really think that as individuals, we need to take the responsibility not to pass on information that you haven't vetted. If you don't know whether or not this is really the true or not, if it seems like sensationalism, don't pass it on, because then you become more part of the problem instead of part of the solution. I think that we really want to be at this point in time looking for reasons to have joy, seeking gratitude, seeking joy, seeking hope, seeking an increase in faith, seeking things that will bring us comfort and that will give us a sense of security. The news doesn't give us a sense of security right now, quite frankly. Those numbers don't give anybody security. So, you know, use your wisdom and enter into real self-care. It's not good for you to be inundated with all this negativity and all this stuff that you have no real impact on, at least not on the short term. You know, one day at a time, stay present, stay mindful. And I used to have an anxiety disorder for years. And it took me a long time to get past that. But one of the things I learned is to stay present. If you're going to be feeling anxious, then fine, go ahead and allow yourself to feel the worst of the anxiety that you have for like 5 minutes and say, okay, that's it, that's enough, and go and do something else. Sometimes, you know, doing something creative, it begins to retrain the neurotransmitters so that you're focusing on something else. And, you know, draw something or paint something, do adult coloring. I'm looking at my little rock that I did. It's my love rock. Okay. I'm serious. Doing things with your hands, things that require the thought process to go a different direction. Think about how many times you've done any kind of adult coloring, and at the end of all of it, you felt negative or you felt bad, or the whole time you were coloring, you were thinking negative things. Probably not. You know, there's something about the colors and the time that it takes. Can be very medicinal, very soothing to do something with your hands. Gardening is great for exercise, of course, but also great for, it's almost meditative when you're gardening, digging the holes, planting the seed, tilling the ground, watering, you know, that kind of a thing. All the way down to housekeeping and laundry. All those things involve doing something with your hands and not just sitting there watching the television and being programmed. So I think it's really important that we find other ways to instill hope, you know, remembering and honoring our purpose every day.
I like that, honoring our purpose every day. Yes. Now,
it's the new theme group in Wellness Woman, by the way. Every day I'm going to be giving a tip to help us honor our purpose every day. Every day for the rest of the month of April, I'll be going in at between 8 and 8:30 every morning, talking about hope.
All right. So, Lennis, make sure you put your information over on the chat. And now we're going to get ready for our keynote speaker. His name is Eric. He owns a couple of businesses, and we're going to be talking about hats, and that too. I know I just like making up stuff. Me and Terry just do stuff. Hats, and that. So, Pat, thank you so much for being here and jumping in with us. I am going to bring Eric in, and then we're going to get to Lakeisha's here today. She was just on a live over there earlier. And Jill, thank you for helping us get calm. Karen is in here too. So I have, let me bring in Eric, because he's on a clock time frame. Is that a better way of saying it? Yes. Hi, Eric. Can you hear us okay? Yeah, it's going well.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. There's a little bit, yeah, I can hear you. There's a little bit of a lag, but that is to be expected because everybody's probably online. And Terry, I think you're muted.
Yes, someone has another device. If you are comfortable, guys, you can do the studio if you want, because we do have some people that want to get into the green room. But we're going to talk to Eric right now and see what he has to offer us.
Yes. So, Eric.
Thank you.
Eric is from Dauntless Communications. And I'm going to let you tell us about what it is that you do, because it's probably, I don't want to mess it up, because you do so many things. I know you do things politically and you do things with communications and social media and stuff. Well, you talk about that, and then he's going to share some tips for us. And I think, Eric, if you put your audio halfway so that you will probably not hear that echo.
Say that again.
Okay, put your audio at like the halfway point. We can still hear, but you probably want to echo back. And then I'm gonna have Coach Karen too here. Boy, we got
better.
We got VIP beauty room.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so Eric, tell us a little bit about you, what you do.
Well, I am CEO of Dauntless Communications. We're based in Roseville. We do political video, search engine optimization, social media marketing. We're getting into a new area now with agriculture and working with farmers, helping apply for relief grants. So, we're in this unusual time. It's interesting because it's a challenge, and it's a challenge for me because I think about all the fun things I used to an opportunity, and I'm finding that from a sales perspective, a lot of people are home, and when you're part of your business involves following up with people, and now they're responding, that's a nice thing. So a little bit about what I do.
Okay, so now Terry and I are with Genesis School of Business and Entrepreneurship at our church. We head up that particular class for people who are wanting to get better in business, and he teaches a class on organization. And I thought his class was outstanding, so I thought we would have him on with you. So that he can talk to us a little bit about this. We all wear many, many hats. We wear all the hats if you're a solopreneur, all the hats. But at some point, and I think this is a good time, that you need to figure out who's going to be wearing those hats in the future. And I'm gonna let Eric talk to you a little bit more about that, but identifying what the hats are and when you need to be wearing those hats. Does that make sense? Everybody's quiet like crickets.
Well, it makes sense to me, But I don't know if there's a delay here with Eric. He looks frozen to me.
Hey, Eric, are you still with us? Okay, come back in because I think you got frozen. I'm gonna put it out and then come back in. So in the meantime, we're going to be talking about hats and hats and that too. Yeah, so I'm going to let him get his
connection together. There he is. Let's try him now. See.
Okay, there you go. All right, we're back. Are you good? I think he's having just a bit of a delay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. How are we doing, Eric?
Kind of coming in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that it might just be your connection. I'm not going to.
Maybe let's try it for a little.
Okay. Okay, so Eric, you want to come? How about this? I think we can make a phone call in too if you want to come in audio only.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh yeah,
phone call coming in. It's see if you can come in on your phone with audio, and in the meantime, I'm going to have a little bit of a conversation with Coach Karen, and then Lakeisha. Karen, hi.
Oh, hello.
How are you? Hi, everybody. At nighttime. So, Karen, what do you got to say? Because
Oh, I don't let Karen go off. You asked
this is your first Monday with us.
Yes.
We're excited to have you in the house.
I'm so used to the regular. That's what it was. Okay, guys. So I was just enjoying everybody else. I'm Coach Karen Fern. I'm a money mindset coach and the founder of Money Mindset Academy. I teach business foundations from the ground up. I help people with their budget, cash flow, how to understand their money story, and to organize their mind thoughts so that they can achieve whatever it is they want to achieve.
And Coach Karen is with us on Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. on the West Coast, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. And when we first heard her, we were like, boy, this is profound, because everybody will talk to you about the different kind of ways to make money, how you can make six figures, and everybody's talking, but nobody ever talked to you about why you thinking the way you do and why you self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The sneaky fears, the little dribble. There's a whole lot Karen's got in her, and you tune in on Wednesdays, but then she also has a group. So tell us about your group.
I got a group, talks about profits in daily. In there is where shortly, the 15th of this month, we'll have our free classes, 4 modules, and we'll be really looking at business foundation, and not in the terms of business license and bank account. We'll touch on that too, but what we'll be focusing on really is understanding you as the business owner before you start your business, or if you're in your business, this is a good time to pause and examine yourself to see if you're in the right business, and if you are in the right business, how to position yourself properly so you can bring in that profit when the time comes. So
profits in daily, money be coming in every day. And some of the things that she shares are so simple, you would go, well, it just can't be that easy. It really can't just be that easy, but it is easy, but for ours to wrap our minds around it, that's the hard part. And that's why she talks about money mindset. The principles are really easy. It's us wrapping our head around, like, I need to do this, which is the thing that is causing a problem. Like, because one of the exercises she does is talk about put $100 or a $20 bill in your purse and don't touch it. Oh, that's easy. Oh, it ain't that easy. When you got that 20 or that 100 riding in your purse, and you're like, oh wait, I want to spend it. No, don't touch it. That's not that easy to do if you don't know.
Yep, training your mind to receive and retain money.
Exactly.
Changing habits.
Right. And so on Wednesday, we learned how to retrain our mind to keep more of the money that we profit. Because I remember she told the story about it wasn't that the woman wasn't making no money; it was just going out the door, and she was spending it on this, and the husband was taking it, and everybody had their hand in the pie, and they want to know why the business is. We're not profitable in business. No, you're not managing well in business.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of sometimes, you say that I'm not making money. I had somebody do this the other day where actually we were just talking and she's like, Karen, I took it to heart and I actually did it. So I've got $120 in my purse. When everything happened, she didn't get paid for something and she needed grocery and she took the $120. She quickly messaged me. She goes, I'm not going to spend the whole thing though. Good.
And after it's been in there in a while, you really don't want to touch it.
No, you don't.
You get into the habit of like, oh, I can't touch that.
Yes. Just because of what was happening, what was about to come upon her, she touched it. But as soon as the funds came through for her, she put it back in there. And we spoke 2 days ago and she says, the 120 is sitting right there in my purse.
Wow.
And that's from just a little bit, $20 she was putting, and now it's at 120. And my encouragement, as soon as it gets to 220, take it out and start the process all over again. Because now she can either invest that 220 into something, she can rest it somewhere, she can have it work for her, no matter how little bit. And it's that little bit of thing that really starts your wealth building. Just a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be plenty. It's just a little bit, because you're just training your brain how to understand the laws of keeping, I like to call it, and how to work around it. And every time you start putting aside, everything in your life is going to show up why you need to spend that money. Your job, if you can't go to the bank and do anything at the moment, get a jar and write in it and call it money and mindset. And so in that jar, you're going to drop your $20. And then for your mindset, you're going to write a little note about how that $20 dropping in there make you feel. And anytime you feel like you're getting pulled to pull it out, or eyes are upon it and they want you to use it, you write something for yourself and you drop it in there. So you're doing it twofold. You're understanding the mind and what it's doing to you, and you're understanding your money. Don't pull the 20 out, just plan on putting more in there and fill up your jar, right? When virus is allowing us to do the things we used to do, now you're going to have money in that jar to go put in your savings account, if that's what you're building up for liquidity, at different points in time, or if you can use it at the moment to invest in whatever it is you feel that you need to invest in. And again, it doesn't matter how small the investment. It doesn't matter how small the investment. It really is just a starting point. Everything is, you just have to start. We hear just do it, but truly it's just a start, whatever you want to start. The minute you start and you make that first step, then you get to do step 2, 3, 4, and 5. But without doing the first step, you never get to do those other steps. So
wow. See, and so with business, you have a well-rounded, because business is all facets. It's your thinking, it's your health, it's your beauty, it's your money, it's your mindset, your workshops, all of these things that go all of us. Your business needs all of you, and one of you needs to be whole.
Yes, and the thing I love about Coach Karen is she always has, not always, but a lot of times, she gives us things that will help us change our habits. Like right now, since I'm off, work, or what do you call it, on staycation, I'm training my mind not to touch my face. That's going to take me a little while.
you're still in training and you're
It's
doing
the same thing with my money. I'm so used to doing certain things or feeling certain ways that it's going to take a minute.
Like when you got a paycheck, the first thing you're doing is, oh, I'm going to go splurge and buy ABCD, or I'm going to go get this, or I'm going to go do, and some of those things are not serving us well. We don't have to do that. Like people eat, and somebody said that you're supposed.
Okay. Did Francine just freeze, or is that just my imagination?
Yeah, just
That is,
Back.
Yeah, you had a little connection. You're good though.
then StreamYard did tell us that stuff. That right there is who's these people? Who do I have? They told me yesterday they were working on stuff, not today.
Oh,
Xfinity. Yeah, they said they were working on something yesterday, not today. So it could be a layover.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, everybody who is associated that comes on Monday through Friday, they all have something to contribute. And VIP Beauty by LA.
Hey, I need to talk to you because I am out of some stuff, girl. Call me.
Okay. Last time we were together in March, she made she did a presentation at our in-person event, and she talked to us about your spring face, your spring summer face is not like your fall winter face. I was like, oh. And so we keep trying to wear the same makeup.
Mm-hmm. People do it all the time. They just want to wear the same makeup they had on last fall.
So tell us about that. We're supposed to have a spring makeup wardrobe and a.
Oh, absolutely. The same way. Yes, absolutely. So, just like we have our, fall colors, winter colors, spring and summer colors, you have right now we're going into spring. And it's kind of difficult, we know we're going into spring, but we in the house, so we don't know what the weather is. Today. It rained today and everything. I didn't know till I opened up my window. But yeah, we're going into spring, so you want to have different colors. So when people say, "Oh my goodness, you guys don't have this color anymore or that color anymore," and I'm like, "No, it's okay. We don't have that color. We're going to try another color. We're going to do another color." We have almost 90 shades of lipstick, y'all. You can pick more than one. And several shades of eyeshadows. You can pick more than 3. Get excited. Yes, you can. You could definitely do that. And your even your highlights and contours is different because your foundation shade may even be different. If you're a girl that if you tan in the summer or if you burn in the summer, your shade in the winter is totally different. So all of that is going to be different, for you. That's why you have, if you've seen like a makeup artist, foundations and everything, they have all kinds of different shades. And then if you find the color, you don't necessarily have to match what you have on, but if you find the color that your residence, that's what I've been doing lately, is trying to match people's residence. You guys ever heard of that before? So that's really the colors that make you pop. I think I mentioned it a little bit with one of the young ladies that was there. They just pop off you. You totally just pop off, wherever you are. Everyone can say, "Oh my goodness, that color is really, really pretty on her," or and it could be a blue, like Terry Lynn, your color, one of your residence color is blue. Did you know that?
Royal blue.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to that.
Not because it's data.
Oh yes, of course you can.
I can relate to that.
Of course you can. One of your. And so you can, when you wear royal blue, like it looks different, even like your brown that you have on now, or browns and those particular tones are gonna look, they're going to really pop off your skin tone because they really match your skin tone. So yes, you do want to change your skin tone. I mean, change your colors.
Yes, I've had some customers, in my clothing business that I've had to say, you know what, you cannot wear this color. You just disappear when you
wear some colors and you can't wear it. That's not the color.
It's not the one.
That's not the color. Absolutely. And a lot of times when we're in leadership and because all of us here are in leadership, like to wear black. Like all of us have a black somewhere. Right? Those leaders, we need to have that dominant color, and that's going to be black, But if we just add a little bit of color in there, so that it just makes everything, it makes everything pop. Yep.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say, we can't wear the same stuff all year round.
No.
And we need to figure out what our resident color is.
Yeah. And it's a more than one. It's like a pattern of colors. So if you had, I have a person that she does that for your wardrobe. So she will do it, she'll have, she can come to your wardrobe and she can take out all this. None of this is going to work.
Exactly.
Wardrobe, so it can go from your royal blues for Terry, go from her royal blues to her browns to her creams, that like it's a line of colors. So it wouldn't be just one color. You could pick, and when you find it or when you see it, I would love to do an event where she can come in and show. But when you see it, you go, oh my gosh, that's why I like that color so much, because like Terry said, I can relate to that. That's why I like that color, because it looks really good on me. And yes, so it'll be more than one color. Your residents will be more than one color.
So there's a palette.
Mm-hmm.
Graphic design. There's like a palette of colors. There's like this one, and then all of these go together, and you can.
Yes, and this one opposite that one complement each other. Yeah, and most of my customers are really good in jewel tones, bright colors.
Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I think it would be good for anybody, Terry, and anybody who works with people in apparel, to learn that, so that you can help them identify their resident colors.
Exactly.
When they're dressing. And now it's twofold. Oh, that might be a thing for the two of you all to
cross-pollinate.
Yes.
Collaboration. There you go. Yes,
because colors also make you feel like when you wear certain colors, you just feel so great in those colors. Like you can do anything. And also when you're getting older, like I used to love, well, not love it, but I used to wear a lot of crazy colors. I'm a color girl, okay? And lime green, like, but I started noticing, like, when I passed 40, lime green just looked awful on me. I had this lime green t-shirt, and I was like, okay, who's looking for a t-shirt? I had to get rid of it because it just wasn't.
You know what? Don't feel bad. I got rid of my hot pants and my crop tops too. They went out with the lime green.
Oh boy!
Change in the air.
Hi, everybody. Hey, California.
Hi, who are we talking to?
Keisha, yours is Nikki Cullen.
Okay, who is that?
I don't know. Have we been interrupted?
It's somebody in California. Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear and we can see you, darling.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that was.
But we got somebody talking in the background. They were talking about this Zoom bombing and different things. I hope that we're not having.
I don't think that's happening here, because in order for you to get in here, you gotta have yeah, you can't just walk up in here. Sorry. Now they might be on somebody's phone and coming through, but
right. Right.
Not necessarily, they can't just walk up in this room,
Yeah.
which is good. If Dr. Tachi's in the room, but I was going to ask her about something that just came on, and today is Monday, so I don't want to wait till Friday. Quibi.
Oh, Quibi started today?
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, huh.
I pre-signed up for that. I have to go check it out.
What is that?
And so Quibi is another streaming site.
Like Hulu, Netflix.
But you only get 10-minute segments. So the stories are like 10 minutes long.
Okay.
So like if you're waiting in line or whatever, you can go through a story in 10 minutes. So they have some episodes, you know what I mean? Like series, little mini series that they're 10 minutes each. And it's, I would call it kind of like Audible book, like chapters.
To me, it's like shorts.
Right. Very short little stories. And you do the first story, the second story, and then I guess, but it's not like you're not going to watch something that you see over on ABC TV or whatever. This is strictly for
okay.
Original content, I guess.
That's their original content. I was like, oh. So,
and now I guess we'll be saying, have you got a Quibi? Meaning, have you got a moment? Right?
Right, because we have the time now, right? I mean,
we say Google, use Google that way, right? Google is now a verb, a noun, and an adjective.
If you don't know what Google is, something has happened.
Right. You've been on another world.
Yeah, you probably was on that coma or something. And you don't know about Google, but if you're breathing.
Exactly. Now I noticed that Lakeisha left the scene. Ladies, when you leave the studio, make sure that we have your contact information over here, because we have new people watching today, and they may not be familiar with how to get in touch with you.
So I'm going to have Lakeisha put her information in there.
Over there, yeah.
And you guys tell me when you want me to pop out.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. So we were just going around. I was trying to see if Eric was coming back in, but he was having internet issues. But I think everybody's
having it. It goes in and out at different times.
Mm-hmm.
The wave is happening. The wave is happening.
Right. I was uploading a video someplace, and it was going like, it was like 1%. It was less than 1%. 1% took like 20 minutes to get 1% done. I was like, what is going on with my internet?
Yes, it's very slow. When I upload my videos, I'm doing it either early or later, because then people are sleeping in. So right. So by the time I upload my cooking video today, it came quickly. But when I uploaded something else the other day, I think it was a dance video. It took a while. I had to go away and come back. So
right. I was going to have Linda from Gotta Be Handmade come in if she's available. Terry, I'm not sure what happened to the other people that we invited.
I can try to message her. The other thing is, someone's asking me, how do they put the mask on? So I'm texting them that I'm over there.
And see, that was the other thing we talked about a little bit earlier today. How can we help? What's in your repertoire? What's in your bag? What do you got in your bag? Let's see. I can do this. You open up your bag, and everybody's got something in their bag that they can do.
Yes. And you never know what somebody will need of you, because not everybody who is in business can carry on. Some people, this thing has just flatliner them out. And what really that means, I think, is that it's bringing up all sorts of old baggage that was settling and lying around somewhere. So now you're in this space and everything is coming to the forefront, but it's not showing up as though it's the old stuff. It appears to be the virus, when truly it's so much other stuff. Because when it first started happening, I know I give myself 2 weeks to just recoup, understand my feeling, ask myself, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? And allow whatever was happening, because we were carrying each other, I said it last Friday, on our shoulders. And so I had to just really see what was happening. The second thing was, I was feeling such at peace. And I started feeling a little guilty for feeling at peace when everybody else feel like if they were,
when she was having the meditation, I was saying, I don't have anything to put on the left.
And it's okay because we've gone through it. I heard something, blame it on the virus. There's a lot of people blaming stuff on the virus that got nothing to do with the virus.
Nothing. But because they've been doing it, because this is what they've been doing.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Let's mute that.
I got it. So a lot of people have blamed stuff on the virus that was not a part of the virus. And Jill said something today. There are some people who can't be with themselves.
Yeah, that have never really spent time in reflection.
No, I'm talking about sit down in a room by themselves.
I knew that was going to be a problem because people don't like to get somewhere and sit down.
We talk about it all the time.
Just be.
It is very difficult.
Like literally, because when you have to ask yourself questions, when you have to give yourself also the answers to the question you ask yourself, you can't run away. You can't blame anybody. You have to take ownership of everything. And it's hard. I know it's hard. So you have to, it's almost like, you remember we hear that thing where you gotta hide your joy? So the people who are feeling joyous shouldn't feel this way because everybody else is feeling sad, which it shouldn't be. But that's how a lot of people are hiding away because they don't want you to see how joyous they are. Well, sorry, but forget that. If I'm joyous, I'm joyous. I'm not hiding that because I want to spread that around to other people. I want to show you that you can still do this in spite of what's happening.
And there's a different perspective. Terry talked to us about, changing words from budget to happiness plan. Change the perspective. Just switch it out. I went to go to my local hair supply place to get a couple of things. And I was like, I don't know if they're going to be open. Are they going to be closed? These people had a thing, call the number, tell us what you want, come to the door, give us your card, and we'll give you the product and your card back. They were not shutting the doors and locking them up, and and
they found a way.
Thank you. They found a way.
We have to find a way and not let people make us feel guilty for selling. You can't let people make you feel guilty for selling. If you're selling courses, this is the time for people to do them. If you know how to help somebody take in a course, learn it, and you teach it back to them, because some people bought a course, but they really don't understand, and there's no coaching or teaching involved other than videos and the materials. And when somebody explained to me that they don't learn that way, and it's hard for them, that's why the courses they bought, they couldn't do it, I never even take that into consideration. I myself love to be involved, like you guys know, like this. But there's people who make courses, create them, but it's not very interactive because of their own thing. It's not because of the person they're selling it to. The reason they're selling cheaply is because they don't want this interaction.
Right.
It's just not their thing. They're not teachers like that. And so for them, this is hard.
And so, and see, with that in mind, I bought a course and I like the material, but there's too many moving pieces. So you can either read the physical book or the booklet, you can listen to the CD, or you can go online and go through the actual course. I'm like, tell me which one of these you want me to do. I don't want them all.
I think what they really were doing was they were trying to address all the different types of learners. So they were giving you the choice to, do you understand?
But that needed to be explained.
Yes, it should be.
Explain to me. Now, you might not, we have all types. If you're an auditory learner, here's the CD. If you like going on and going through a module, go to the website. If you just like picking up the book, go through the book. Here's a PDF if you just want, okay, but tell me that. Don't just put it all in a book. And I'm like, okay, wait. So which one of these I'm supposed to be on right now?
And where do I start? Yeah.
Right? And that's what some people's website even say start here. I like what Jim Rohn had said years ago. He said on an episode I listened to, he says, when somebody had recommended to him that he should read a book about how to read a book, he was like, what the hell? I know to read a book. But he said he went and he bought the book on how to read a book. And he said he learned so many things about how to read a book. He said he was amazed, and he's always recommended this book to people. Go buy the book on how to read a book. Now, years later, I used to say it too in my mind, like, why? But I understand why a book like that would sell. Because for me, it's easy for me to understand. But for the person who don't know how, I understand why it was written. The books that I'm interested in, I read it with a notebook beside the book because I take notes. But lots of people don't read like that. They read and then they try to figure out later. And so for them, the book might be good, but they mightn't learn a lot from the book because they haven't understand how to read the book, digest, and use the material. And they need instructions.
Yes.
We have a comment from Jill of Breathing Space. She said, Coach Karen is so right. Please don't shame people for what they are feeling, especially if you don't know them or their perspective. They may have experienced worse than COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so we're here to help.
Yeah. We don't do that to people at all. Like, there's just no way, because you never know people's story. You never know what it's bringing up. I keep saying that nobody knows what this is bringing to the forefront for people. And if you have overcome a lot of things, most people have overcome them by burying them. Because if you haven't, you're still in that phase at some point, right? But if you're able to actually work through your processes, like if you were going and getting therapy, you've been doing work. And lots of people get lazy in the work because they expect it to happen in 90 days. And you need probably about 2 years. You know, I tell people that all the time. If you want to lose weight, you probably need 2 years. I know you don't want to hear it, but you probably need 2 years. You know, I like it. You probably need 2 years.
I like this because if you just wrapped your mind around the fact that it might take 2 years, you'll relax.
Yes.
That's what it
down. And just like, okay, it's going to be 2 years. I'm just going to do everything I'm supposed to do every day for 2 years instead of it's going to be next month.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be 2 days.
Yes. Every time I hear it, I said, and a friend of mine said, so how do you know it's going to take 2 years? I'm like, well, I did it. I had a 90 days happening, didn't happen. Another 90 didn't happen. I calmed myself down. I said, okay, so this is a 2 years journey. Self said yes. I went for the 2 years. I saw the results in 2 years. It didn't happen any sooner. No, it was happening a little bit at a time. But 2 years it took me. And I had goals. What's going to happen every 90 days, every 30 days, 100 and something days. I had a black pants I wanted to be fit into again. There was a top I was working towards. Then there was this, this dress that I wanted to fit a certain way. So I went through this processes. And while that was going on, I went and get my hair cut. I changed my hairstyle. So I was really enjoying the processes. Okay.
Right.
So by the time the 2 years hit, I was feeling good about myself. I wasn't beating me up. I wasn't being so annoyed with me that I'm not reaching this goal at this, shorter time. And also when the time is getting near, I said to myself, if I don't hit my goal in 2 years, I'm going to be okay. And I list why I would be okay if I didn't hit the number I wanted. And I surpassed my expectation.
I heard a pastor say, he said it took you put it on one bite at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need to take it off one less bite at a time.
I like that.
You're not going to be able to just, we want magic, instant, poof. And it didn't go on with magic, instant, poof.
Nothing we're doing, nothing. I told a friend of mine, it says, my program that I'm bringing out is going to last a year. And initially she was fighting me, and I asked a couple of people and they said, no, 6 weeks. And I said, nobody gets nothing done. No program that they take for 6 weeks do they ever get it done. And here's why. The first week, they're happy and jumping and hitting the roof. Week 2, if you're in a group, you're like, whoa, what did you get done? What did I get done? Week 3, you're still happy. Week 4, you're like, I didn't make any money. They said I made back my money. Week 5, you're like, oh, screw this. I'm just going to get a job of not doing it. And if you're in it, they come right back around. They're like, I'm going to start over. This time around, I'm going to be great. I know what I'm going to do. Same thing happened.
It's sort of like those New Year's resolutions, huh?
This is why you got to really say, it's going to take this amount of time. I want you to go through these feelings, but I want to be here for you while you're going through these feelings. This is why it's a year long. It's not like the program I'm offering is a year long. It's a year long because I know when you're getting there, it's going to look overwhelming. You're going to think you can't do anything. And here why I talk about this all the time. I experience these things on a regular basis. I am making masks. I can sew anything. I've never made a mask. So of course, I set up to make the mask. I cut out my pattern. It was going well. And I didn't sew it. And I was like, why aren't you sewing the mask? I'm like, oh, it's new. You never done it. You're doubting yourself. Your word is not going to come out good. So this is the whole process, right? So I'm like, okay, screw it. On the machine, made the mask. It was fine. But what was happening before the mask got made was what was happening. And that's what happens when people take a course, whether it's college, university, or online. I've taken this course. I'm going to be whatever. But while I'm in there, I am dying the first semester, second semester. Most people don't do much until the third semester. They will never tell you. But they wouldn't do much. I used to work in the office of the colleges. So I know they wouldn't do a lot of things until the third semester. They're getting marks, but they're not doing anything. They're not doing what they could do. And this is why I continue to say it takes people the first 90 days to get into a program and actually say, I could do this.
It takes that amount of time to make up your mind. And I'm not saying like you didn't want to do it. When I say make up your mind, it's like making up your bed. Okay, we need to put the fitted sheet on. Then we need to put the other sheet on, and we need to make sure it's smoothed out. Then we need to tuck in the corner and make up your mind. Because if you don't ever make up your mind, the rest of it's not happening. And I think that 2 years, that first year is making up your mind that this is what it's going to do. And then once you click, when it clicks in on your mind, once your mind clicks in on it, it's easy to keep going after that. But if you never make up your mind, you can have a course sitting over here and looking at it, but if you don't make up your mind that, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to finish it. And okay, what do I need to do? Count the cost, go in there. Okay, it's going to cost me this amount of time every day. We bought the results like, oh, I'm going to make 6 figures in 2 weeks. So we bought the results, but we didn't count the cost of what it was going to take for us to get there.
Yep. If you're going to buy a course from anybody, find out what it's going to cost you for the course. My course is $2,500, but what is it going to cost you for the course? Really? Because the course might cost you $4,000. And why? Because the software that goes along with taking this course. That's the other area that people really freak out about, because if they're not knowing how to use the software, or they've got so many choices, it's hard to decide on which one. The truth is, whichever software you like, I'm going to state this broad right now. That's the one you go with. Quit asking 12 people if MailerLite is better than MailChimp. Yes and no. If you like MailChimp and you want to go in there and learn it, it is better than MailerLite. If you want to go and learn MailerLite, it's better than MailChimp. For different reasons, there's little techie things that is better, but on a whole, they all do the same darn thing. They send people emails and remind them that you're still around.
Right. And you got to get what works for you. Now we're going to tell you about different programs and things of that nature, but you got to figure out which one of those work for you.
Now, Maureen has a comment over here. She says,
it takes that amount of time for our brain to catch up with your body.
Girl.
You're like, you know, the body wants to get fit, the brain needs to kick in.
Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest part. Every trainer will tell you, you know, every money coach will tell you, if you're an investment coach, you're suffering the same way trying to get people on track, because you can see where they could do better, but they themselves don't believe themselves. And again, this is why I'm offering that foundation course for free, because I want people to believe themselves. You are good enough, and whatever you set out to do, you can do, in spite of every single thing that it's coming at you and to you. Here's the big numbers. Your mother might die. I know you don't want to hear it, but she might. Your father might die if you still have them. Yes. And you can't do anything about it unless you want to go with them. You're still here. You might have lost a kid. It's hard, but you're still going to have to do what you set out to do. You might get sick and might not be able to do anything tomorrow, but you still going to have to get up today and do what you can do today. Because when you do it today, I had this on my live on Friday. The thing that God is, when you ask him for something, this is what he does. He gives you one thing to do that has nothing to do with what you ask him. Nothing. And he waits to see if you do it. And so he says, Karen, I want you to clean this whole house from top to bottom on Friday afternoon, maybe after 1. Okay. And I'm like, what cleaning the house has to do with me figuring this stuff out for my course? And he says, clean the house. And I'm arguing with him, 2-3 hours pass. 4 o'clock, I decide to clean the house. And I'm finishing at 8 o'clock. You know, if I've cleaned the house at 1 o'clock, and I'm just giving a scenario here, okay? So when I finished cleaning the house, had I cleaned the house at 1 and finished at 4, I would have seen why. So let's say I'd ask him for money. Forget the virus right now. Everything is good, and I'd ask him for some money. And I didn't clean the house at 1, but I got a call at 4, and a client needed to see me. And that client will bring me a couple of $100. Now, I don't have the time because I'm busy cleaning the floor at 4. When he told me to clean at 1, because he knew a client is coming to me. And I didn't listen. And then I wouldn't get that client because I don't have the time for that client because I'm busy cleaning the floor. After he told me to clean it at 1. This year began, I started teaching about yearly budget. And then I got an assignment. And I know he sent it to me because this was a huge assignment. It was in line in what I do, but a little step in the side. But it bring me thousands of dollars. Okay? I said, okay, why do I need this? I investigate. I went in to do the 6-week assignment. Got it done, collect my money. What do you know? The virus is here. You see if I didn't listen? You see if I didn't listen? I was able to, and no lie of a doubt, I was able to take my assignment money and put aside 6 months of income because I listened. So I don't have to go out. I don't have my grocery stock. I wasn't running for anything. I wasn't going crazy on anything. I was just relaxing because now I got the time to do some things that he was telling me to do that I was putting off. Making my videos, finishing up my program, and just having that peaceful, creative time. I'm telling you guys this not to boast, but I'm telling you this about listening. I'm telling you that when he gives you stuff, and he gives everybody, first of all, every single one of us, because we are his children, when we don't listen, because it doesn't sound like what we want, oh, he decides he's going to deliver it. And now you can ask, if you're an asker like me, why would I go do that? This has nothing to do with what I have lined up. But you ask me. Why would? But you ask me. So here you go. And I said, okay, yes. By now I talk with God like this. If you haven't been doing so, start. Start. And you know, I did. Here's the results. And here we are, because I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know what was going to happen, but the preparation work was happening ahead of time. And so right now, in the virus mood, if you didn't know, this is your preparation work for whatever you asked for. Yes, If you're going to be alive when this is over, you ask for something, and he's giving you the time. Whatever you ask for, he's handing it to you on a platter. Whether you're broke or you got money, he's still handing it to you, because what he's handed to everybody equally is time. That's what he handed to everybody, time. He didn't give you worry because he said not to worry. So he didn't give you worry, he gave you time.
Right.
Come on, guys, start building time.
and okay, so you can hear more of Coach Karen on Wednesday because you have time to tune in. We're not, because we're not playing tiddlywinks over here. We're not doing some other things. We're bringing you information that can help shift you in your thinking so that you can get where you need to be for your business, for your life, for your family, everything, that every part of you. There's on Monday, you know, we talk about general stuff like today. Tuesday, your social media game will be on point because you got TJ coming in from New York City to talk to us. Wednesday, Coach Karen is trying to get our money and our mind in sync. And Thursday, we have Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu, and she brings in guests like Linus and Maureen and Brenna and Jill. All of these ladies come in to talk to us how to get our body right, healthy, wealthy, wise. If we ain't got that healthy part, it's gonna be, you spending up the money.
What is the wealth if you don't have your health? Yeah.
You're gonna be spending it up. And then on Friday we talk tech, so that we talk to you about the different tools and things that are available so that you can use them without having to comb through the entire internet to find out what works. So that is what we do in a nutshell. This was our first Mondays online. We'll be doing it in May. If they still got us sequestered, we'll be back here in May on the first Monday, 4:00 in the evening, just so the people from the East Coast can join in without it being too late for them.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Eric come back on, see if we can figure out what's going on with
his connection,
his internet connection. And so thank you for tuning in. Terry, any final words?
I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow we will be talking social media with TJ, Terry Johnson online from New York City, 8:00. I want to remind everybody, if you haven't joined BizChicks, to go to our website and join.
BizChicks.net.
Which is BizChicks.net. We'll put that in the chat. And also that you may want to join our online community while you're over there, join the group. And we would just love to have you follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. And what do you do on Twitter?
You just follow. So follow. Okay, so you're going to follow, subscribe.
Right. Okay. And you can find us online everywhere. Under BizChicks. Just look for our little icon, our little profile picture.
And then look and over on Instagram, we're on BizChicks as well. Look for us everywhere. When you're watching
podcast,
BizChicks.live. Thank you so much.
We want to thank everybody too who came on today. Thank you, Coach.
Oh, you're welcome.
Linus for popping in. Let's see if I can remember who all popped in today. Jill from the Breathing Space.
Lakeisha from Pat Washington.
Pat from the Great Bath Experience.
Mm-hmm. Man, and Eric, we're gonna do this again. Let us know what you would like to hear about, know about. We're just gonna do this again because I thought it was good.
Yeah, maybe you guys can get Eric on a coffee on Monday if you can get him.
Yeah, see if we can get him on for the coffee talks, because what he has to talk about is really, really good information.
Yes.
So we want to thank everybody who tuned in, and we want to remind you guys, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.